Evening everyone, thanks for tuning back into another video. I'm currently en route to County Durham, Derwent Reservoir, to photograph the Northern Lights. Earlier today, this afternoon, we had a coronal mass ejection hit Earth and density was really good. The interplanetary magnetic field was pretty strong, and the direction of the magnetic field, the BZ, I should say, not American, matched the IMF down in a southerly direction, which was absolutely perfect. And it's remained that way pretty much all day, apart from one blip where the magnetic field flipped north for a short period of time, 15 minutes or so. So the stats are pretty damn good. I'm just leaving South Shields. It's just after 6 o'clock in the evening and South Shields is under a blanket of cloud, but as I'm driving along the John Reed Road, straight in front of me towards the west is crystal clear. I didn't want to risk it tonight by staying in Shields. I wanted to get as far west as I could on the off chance that that was the best for clear skies. And at the moment, although I can see clear skies in front, the cloud doesn't seem to be shifting very quickly. So that's why I'm heading to Derwent Reservoir in County Durham, just for that kind of added security of clear skies. They mightn't be clear when I get there, but it's worth taking that risk. Now I'm going somewhere that I've never photographed the Northern Lights. In fact, I've never been to before. I've been to Derwent Reservoir itself, but not to the, it almost looks like a watchtower, a guard tower on the reservoir. It's right on the kind of main wall of the reservoir, and what I'm hoping for is a nice clear sky to the north, which I'll be able to get because that particular orientation of the watchtower, of the walkway, is to the north. And I'm hoping that if the aurora is strong enough, I'll get some nice reflection in the water if we get to see it. So today's been a bit of a strange one. It's been a very productive day. I've done lots of odd jobs that I've been putting off for quite a while, but managed to get done. And I feel a bit rushed tonight. I feel like the day's gone nowhere, if you know what I mean, but I've done so much. So I feel a bit ill prepared for going here, even though I know where I'm going. I know all my camera gear's all sorted, plenty of batteries, blah blah blah, I've got everything sorted. I just feel a bit rushed, and I did think of going to a couple of different locations, but the more east than what we're kind of looking at with the weather tonight. And although I would love to go to those locations and give it a try, I thought it's not worth risking such a long journey with the added fuel and cost and time, the time and whatnot, when west is best. And that's what I'm hoping for tonight. So I've got the Fuji XT5 as always. I'll more than likely be using, almost certainly be using, well I will be using, I will be using the Samyang 12mm with the aperture wide open to allow all that light in. I've got the tripod, and that is it. Got drinks and a couple of jackets to keep warm. It's going to be a cold one tonight, and that's it. So here is Derwent Reservoir. So I've arrived at Derwent, and it's gorgeous as a photography, from a photography perspective. On this long kind of dam wall next to the it looks like a guard watchtower. You'll be able to see it on the pictures a bit better because it's too far away to be illuminated by the camera on the phone. But There's nobody else here, which is lovely because I was expecting it to be packed to the rafters. The stats for the aurora are still pretty good, but the BZ has swung north and has been for about 20 minutes or so. Hopefully it swings back south and allows the aurora to develop. Now just over that direction, which is west, is a lovely patch of clear sky, and it's almost at the very bottom of Derwent Reservoir is kind of like where that shelf cloud stops. And the the breeze is picking up ever so slightly. Hopefully it blows that cloud over, because it hasn't got a great deal of distance to go before the northern horizon's clear for me here. And I dare say once that cloud does clear a little bit, that the vantage point from here will give a decent view of the aurora. So I've got the tripod and everything and the camera all set up. I'm just catching up on different bits of messages and catching up on the group that I run, just to see what other people are saying. But it looks to be the same case throughout most of the eastern side of the country. It is pretty cloudy and the signal's pretty poor here, so I'm not getting any signal or update from Glendale. So I'll give it a couple hours and hopefully that cloud starts to clear. It's about 9:30 and the cloud still hasn't cleared from Durham. It's pretty much stubbornly hugging the entire east coast. We got it, I say we, there was a couple here arrived, and there was a small tiny little bit of aurora in a cloud break, but nothing exciting or anything like that. The rest of the country to the west seems to have had a pretty good display. So I've just checked Glendale, and around half an hour ago it said that another sudden IMF enhancement was expected to hit Earth around 10 to 10 tonight. So I'm going to stick it out until about 10:30, another hour, and see what comes back, see if anything happens. Pardon me, the clouds are starting to thin and break eventually, so it could hit at the right time, but I'm so cold and so tired, and I want to stick it out because I feel like this isn't done yet. But this is the joys of aurora hunting, folks, is sometimes you've got to wait around for a good number of hours before anything pays off. Hopefully at the end of this video it does. Okay, so the clouds have eventually cleared here in Durham. It is 10:30 at night and the aurora is showing not brilliantly. It's not the best display, but it's definitely there. There's a green and slight purple band across the sky just above this watchtower thingamajig. The signal's really poor here, so I can't actually check any of the apps that I normally use to find out when the next storm's developing. But it's there, it's nice. It's not the best, but it's still a decent picture. It's a lovely foreground piece of interest, this. Now I'm doing a 25-second shot, exposure 1000 ISO with a Samyang 12mm wide open at f2, manual